Hey everybody, so Opendoor Technology is red today, as you know. Didn't do too well today, right? Pretty much been going down straight from open. And yesterday, same thing, went down straight from open. Why is it going down? It could be some profit taking from the big pump from before, a few days ago. So we'll see what happens. But let's look at the chart real fast and I'll show you the news. All right, here we go with the daily chart. And right now, I have a red candle and it's probably going to close with a red candle as well because I don't see it pumping up today to make it a green candle. That would be very amazing if it did, but probably not going to happen. All right, here we go with the hourly. As I said, just straight down. Had a little momentum right here around 12:30 and then straight back down again. Probably like a little bull trap right here, manipulation or a bull trap. It went up and then they sold shares onto retail, making retail think it's going to pump up again, but it really wasn't, a bull trap. And then when they sold their shares onto retail, went back down again for a new low, $9.35. But right now we're at 950. And 950 is actually the Opendoor support. We have support 975 and 950. $10 really wasn't a support in my opinion. It was more of a resistance. We broke it, but we couldn't really hold it for a long time. Most of the time we were under $10. So $10 is really resistance, not a support. The main support we have is actually 975 and 950. And if we go lower to 950, it's going to be 925. We want to hold 925 as best as possible. But right now, 950 is a support. And I'm recording early today, right? You see the market, you see the times and sales moving. And buys are coming in at 953, 954. So I'm not going to know where Opendoor closes today because this is an early video. It's at 2:40 Eastern time right now. So still got time before it closes. And right now, some buys coming in. 956, 1,000 shares, 2,000 shares, 7,000 shares buy. 956, not bad. So where are we at intraday? Consolidation looks like the 940 and 950. Pretty much a 10-cent range. I guess you can say 960, but to me, I would say 940 to 950, a nice consolidation. And resistance is going to be at the 985, 975. It could be a support and resistance, right? 975 resistance. If we hold above it, then 975 becomes a support. So right now, 957 buys coming in. That's pretty good, pretty bullish. We want to close above 950. That's the goal for today. And hopefully we do it. Hopefully we can close over 950. Daily chart. Let's look at the daily chart one more time. As I said before, if we close at 950, that's bullish. Even if we close at 925, it's not extremely bullish, but it's decent. Close at 925. Don't really want to go below $9. I don't really want to go below $9 because then we're going to create somewhat of a downtrend in Opendoor. And we're trying to avoid downtrends as much as possible. But if we do get a downtrend, but hey, it's natural, right? Every company and every stock will create a downtrend at some point. The main goal is to hold that downtrend and consolidate and go back up again. So if we hit under $9, still not going to be surprising, right? Because we up from this pump from 736 all the way to 1060 area, $10.60 or $10.87. So we went from $7.40 to $10.87. That's pretty huge. So if we can hold the middle of that bottom area where we started from to the high, that'd be good. And that middle would be around $9.50. So anything between $9 and $9.50 is normal. Closing above $9.50 or $9.75, that's still going to be bullish. That's still going to be bullish for Opendoor. And here we are, Opendoor news, real estate news. Opendoor names replacement for departing CFO. So Opendoor is still in shakeup mode. We got a new CEO and now CFO. It says Opendoor current CFO, Selim, is leaving the role effective immediately. Christy Schwartz will step in as an interim CFO starting September 30. Christie had previously served a lengthy stint as interim CFO with Opendoor, occupying the role from December 22 to November 2024. And she has had many roles in Opendoor, so she's not just a new person. She's been around for a long time. It says her compensation plan includes an annual base salary of $1.2 million and also 400,000 shares. That's a pretty good package. So we have this news, new CFO and the new CEO. And also we have the news about that Opendoor is expanding its reach in the United States. They're going to be offering their services all over the United States now. So we have 3 big news that happened just recently, So Opendoor, they're trying. They're shaking up everything. New CEO, expanding their reach, and the price is going down right now. But gotta remember where we came from, right? We came from 50 cents. So we came a long way in a short period of time. We were at 50 cents June 26th. Now, September 19th, we're at $9.50. That's a huge price appreciation in a short term. So yeah, even though we go down some, as long as we can hold, consolidate some, and go back up again, that's all that matters to me. That's all that matters. So yeah, thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, comment. I keep it short and sweet. Pretty much on Fridays, that's what I like to do. Keep it short. And, have a great weekend. And Monday, let's see if we can hold that $9 area. Anything between $9 and $10, I'm fine with that. $9.25, $9.15, I'm still okay with that. We can hold $9 and consolidate, and then finally break that $10. Sound like a plan, right? Sound like a plan. Let's see what happens next week. Let's see what's in store, and let's see what kind of news we get in the housing market or possibly Opendoor. All right, everybody, enjoy your weekend.